Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Serial Killer here, and what you have here is from my previous videos were the comic books and magazine novels. Well, this one is a, softbound comic book, but this one is a one to send with the title of Ragnarok Into the Abyss, story and art by Lee Myung-jin. By the way, this is not no relation to people. If you're looking for the title Ragnarok, it's not Marvel, not a Marvel. I mean, it's a Manhwa comics. Repeat that story here. The story and art by Diminji. I mean, the guy who created this and the publishing company. As you can see, this is a. Let's see. What was it? Let me. It's because right down here, folks. Because the back, there it is. This is a Korean. I mean, first published Korean, 1998. It's a very old comic book. Yes, it's a comic book. And see here, there you go. That's their art style. I mean, Korean art style, I think. Hold it, sorry. There. And about this, it's a one to send volumes. Each one is a different story, and each one has a different storyline for different characters. I mean, it's because if we're going for the comic books to anime equivalent, this is only one season. I mean, 1 to 12 episodes, and this one's 10 volumes, and it's looks of it, I didn't see, and each one is a different character on the top. Hold on, let's see. This is volume 1, volume 2. Let me just move this up, folks. Volume 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, sorry about the glare, folks, 7. There it is. Sorry, I'm just trying to look where there. Number 8, number 9, and then the last one, volume 10. There you go. And just for clear up something, is it other volumes and other comic books have like first arc, second arc? This one's only one arc, namely one season, and then overall it did not continue on this country. I repeat, it did not ever continue again in this country. I mean, it's there is a, on the last part here, there's the indication, first arc finished there. That means one season's done, and then after that, since it's from the 98 from the publishing, but I got this, sorry, because recap, it started being made, first printing is the 2003, as you can see here, folks, there, and then 2004, which means during those times, and that it was made, this was the only set actually available here. I don't know in other countries, but checking on the internet and everything, there's none whatsoever. The only title I know and check, when you type in Ragnarok, it only shows the Marvel, I repeat, Marvel Comics store, and after that, nothing, no whatsoever. Just saying, like, as you can see here, this does not represent any Marvel anything. This is a comic book. Yeah. And also, let's try to get, it's a mythological storyline, and each one of them has different characters on the front. Well, let me try to state one. This one's a warrior. This an assassin. I think this one's a battle priestess, a sorceress. I think this one when I was reading it's an enemy sorceress, and down here is the like a semi-ghoul necromancer. This one is a completely necromancer. I mean, sorry if it's looking a bit of the high end looking with those small splodges of blood in here. I mean, it's part necromancy. This one happens to be a thief, and this character here is a dark warrior. The like in the story, this is the villain that's trying to attack that, and also here, an archer and also a different race. This one's mythological about Norse mythology, but strangeness is you know there are different style of storylines. Well, and also when if a in opening up this one, there sometimes you can tell there are different clothing image, almost like Final Fantasy esque uh, style of the gears and everything. But overall, it looks semi on the Korean. I mean, look here on the shoulder pads is their style of creating it, not looking like what of the. I mean, if anyone's watched the old Norse mythology or animation of it, I mean, there's a difference between their gear and everything. I mean, it's with the country and everything. I mean, this is Korean style drawings. And by the way, and also just for another quick recap on my point, or everything on the back, there's always showing here the official licensed Manhwa, the trading company's logo, some image, and on the back here, there should be small character deformed image right here. And another thing, before I almost sorry forget, because back then in the 2000 or was it the 90s, there was actually a video game called Ragnarok. I think that came out, and also that's not in the Marvel. It's more like an animation cartoon CGI. And by the way, this one's their summary of the stories. I mean, this one because it's the volume one, the debut manhwa derived from Norse mythology, right there. Warriors from both sides of justice commence their own route of calling, eventually crossing paths. I mean, sorry if it's, I'm not going to go. I mean, if you can post, you can like to read it, go ahead. But honestly, this is their summary page about the story line. I mean, this is the beginning one. The second one, namely this their main the character storyline, their beginning. And here's the chibi image there, and here the magical web realm. That's Scientology. I mean, it's maybe in their country, but in this country it hasn't been shown. I did search for it, but honestly, I didn't find any translation version. It's just only this. And here, this Fender finds recognize chaos. I think that's from the volume 1 indication. It could be reincarnate and sorry, because I don't go with that. This the third one again there, and here's her chibi form. A little bit different. I mean, as you can see here, the color of the hair is a little bit reddish and everything, but this one looks a little bit greenish. Must be from their printing design somehow. And also the bottom, the summary of the story. There we go. And fourth one, and see what I mentioned, a sorceress, a little oddly. And also, if you can notice the weaponry here, I mean is it, or was it the aesthetic sense? It looks more like the Koreans, little trinkets on their clothes that hanging. And see there. Sorry, don't try to notice the belly. I mean, talking about this little trinket here, the one that's hanging. I mean, if anyone still knows any types of drawings and everything, this is not it's not 100 real life. I mean, this is it is a fantasy type of comics, but it's not 100% with the aesthetic sense on the other Americans or other theme of their theme of the what they're viewing. There we go. That's the chibi version of the front, and here there's on. And strictly speaking, when I mentioned it was actually from a game and everything, I mean it did show there. Origin of the Best online game. Hmm. Well, I did remember back then there was an online game MMORPG called Ragnarok. I don't know if it's 100% closely related to this, but I did enjoy it slightly. I mean, when you can see games coming out, you can see this one's the chibi version. There we go, the chibi version of this character. And see, and here's her, small deform, the SD. Let's see again with the top with the online game indication, but this one's the campaign. There has begun, fastens everything. Cursed Swordsman. I think that must be from the number volume 9. And here, let's see. This is what it looks. What's this character looks like in normal character form on comics, but for chibi form, this I confess on chibi forms they look a little bit cute on some aesthetic sense, but hey, and we got here again with the introductory part, but here's their summary parts on this bomb. Next, we got this one, the character with the chip. Okay, I know it's supposed to be a chibi form, but much more smaller chibi form. I'll see that around here, but must be from a character. There, again with small thing. You can post if you want to, read the. Also, here's the one that looks with the cat with two tails and make a matter. There, but this one is an odd one, which is not standing but lying down, and the cat's actually in curl. There we go, the summary again, plus this one character here, and look, and then of all the things that you can make, funny part is, I mean, the hair is proportional, right? As you can see, proportional a bit in aesthetic sense in the drawing, but when they try to make the chibi forms, it kind of looks a little goofy and funny. You can never tell if it's actually those small 2-second cartoons or was it animation. And also the summary over here is actually the same, but I forgot to show. See, you can post if you want and read the entire summary of this story here. There you go. And this one here is from the the last volume, and this is what the archer looks like with the somehow they made the helmet on already, everything a little bit, as you can see, helmet removed. There is it holding, and then there's I always question how they actually make the doesn't it like with the pointy ears and everything, and the characters have a little bit problem in placing a helmet on top of the head. Oh well, that's just a comic book sense, and it is the summary, folks. Now that's all heavy. That's all 10 volumes of it, and each one has a little bit funny indication. Well, that's it, folks, and hope to see you again. Like, subscribe in my down below, and also I might do another different content a little bit in the nearer couple weeks from now, because getting content during are still up to now the season of the COVID that's up here. So we kind of had to, do what we can. But by the way, just also be careful, folks out there, when you're going out and trying to do what you have to do, like purchasing groceries and everything. So, this serial killer signing off. Thank you.